This is it, people. This is what you've been waiting for. This is Everyday Celebrity Podcast. The podcast for everyday people with everyday problems, trying to find everyday solutions to accomplish everyday goals. Let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Celebrity Podcast, number one podcast in Oakland, number one podcast in the Bay Area. And today is a special day. We're going to have a juicy topic. We're going to talk about dating in the Bay Area. And we're going to do two episodes. One is going to be female guests. The other is going to be male guests. And we're just going to talk about a bunch of topics. And we're going to get both ideas from these two different groups. But today is the female episode, and we have three guests here. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Jessica.
I'm Katie.
I'm Shani.
And let's go around the table and tell us one at a time where you guys are from, how old you are, and relationship status.
I am 35. I live in Martinez, but have been in the Bay since I was 16. And my relationship status, I am in a almost 9-year relationship where we've lived together the last 8 years.
Okay, well, I'm Katie. I'm from Oakland. I'm 30 years old, and I'm just currently dating.
So you're single?
I am single.
I will say single.
Hello, my name is Shani Shay again, and I'm from Hawaii, but I've been out here since I was about 15. So a Bay Area person, and I am single. Yeah.
You say that like you're mad about being single.
Of course. Who does not want companionship?
Okay.
Some people, though, I know, but...
And what was your name again? I'm sorry.
Katie.
Katie?
Yeah.
Are you happy to be single?
I'm happy to be single.
Katie, speaking to the mic.
I am happy to be single. It's not something that makes me sad or anything in the morning when I wake up. It's okay.
All right. And I forgot your name again. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a lot of us. Jessica.
Jessica. And you're the only one in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship, but I call my single years my golden days. I enjoy.
So you wish you were single?
I don't wish I was single, but I think that I enjoy being single just as much as I enjoy being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Are you the same person single than you are in a relationship?
No, I'm a much better behaved young lady when I have a partner.
So when you're single, what type of girl are you?
I'm pretty promiscuous. I mean,
she want to start it off.
I enjoy being single. Yeah, I enjoy people. There's a lot of beautiful people in the Bay Area.
So if you're promiscuous, right, when you're single, do you find it hard to be faithful?
No, I find monotony in any sense of the word difficult, whether that's with a person, my job, my commute. And I don't need an open relationship, but I need to know that if one of us ever had a moment where we were bored or lonely or desiring something, we could at least have a discussion. It can't be off the table for me, but I'm not leading with that by any means.
Have you ever cheated on this guy that you went for 9
no.
years?
I'm not a cheater. I don't like being sneaky.
Have you ever told him and said, yo, this weekend I'm going out with my girls, something might happen?
I have had, I haven't cheated on him and nothing might happen. If something's going to happen, he's going to know about it before it happens. And he's got to be okay with it. He's in on it. It's a discussion that we will have. And I'm not having sex with anybody. If I'm desiring something, it's something that I'm not getting in my relationship, probably on a kink level that doesn't have a lot to do with penetration.
So well spoken.
Well, we've been together a long time.
Yeah.
And before we got together, I was exploring what it meant to be non-monogamous. And that was something that I was interested in. And he knew that coming into this relationship. But, you know, when we have tried things, it only makes our relationship that much more hot. But, you know, I respect his boundaries. Really, really. I feel like he is doing me a great gift, saying, I trust you enough to do, you can do A, B, and C, but don't do, you know, X, Y, Z.
What's his boundaries like?
No sex, no oral. It's a lot more of like tie up. It's a lot
No
more
sex, no oral with other people?
on me, on them. You know, I'm not there to have an orgasm. I'm there for a whole different experience.
Wait a minute. Now I'm confused. You're talking about you and him, not you and someone else.
Oh, with him, I mean, yeah, everything. But if I step out of my relationship, it's not to go have sex with
Oh,
somebody.
so you can like flirt and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I can flirt, but it's more
You
like
just can't have sex with anyone else.
yeah, no,
And no oral.
no, there's no cum. There's just no cum.
Well, that's boring.
However, very important, right?
In its simplest forms, nobody's having an orgasm.
All right. Kate, grab the mic, please.
You can bring it to you.
Yeah. What's your single life like? Are you promiscuous too?
I'm not promiscuous. I would say that I don't know. I'm probably more to myself. I'm probably single because I want to be more than just like I can't find a man or get a man. It's just like I don't know. Sometimes it's just annoying, especially the Bay Area for me. I grew up here, so it's like I don't know. And then you go outside and you see the same people all the time, so it's just like okay. So you know, I don't know. It's not that.
Are you saying you won't make a good girlfriend?
No, I think I'd be a great girlfriend, or I have been a great girlfriend to a couple guys, but I just the relationship ended. It wasn't the time or the place for that. So I guess it is what it is, and I'm not rushing back into it. I'm not rushing to get into something that may not work out or that I'm not ready for.
How long you been single?
Like 2 years.
2 years. It's a long time.
Yeah, is it? I thought it was. I thought it wasn't. I didn't think it was.
So you're born and raised in Oakland?
Yeah, I moved to LA for a little bit, but came back. Yeah.
Why'd you come back?
My parents came back, and I was still here. So yeah.
What were you doing in LA?
I was a child, so.
Oh, you were a child.
Really have any
Okay. Do you like Southern California better?
It's like it's different, but I like the Bay Area better for sure.
What do you like about the Bay Area?
It's more diverse. It's more like open. People are more down to earth. I feel like you can, yeah.
Are you bisexual?
I can be.
You can be. What does that mean?
I mean,
You like to receive and not give?
Sometimes.
We ask hard questions on here, so don't be shy.
Sometimes I do like to receive and not give, but sometimes I do like to
So you give also?
give. Yeah.
Okay. But you don't consider yourself fully bisexual?
I wouldn't be in a relationship with a
You wouldn't be in a relationship with a woman?
girl. Nah.
Why is that?
I feel like it'd be too much cattiness or too much just feminism going on or something. And I don't want to be really. I like having a male dominance when I am in a relationship, and I can't see a female dominating me because I feel like it wouldn't get to that point, so wouldn't even want to try it.
Okay. Are you bisexual?
I'm pansexual.
What is that?
It means that, so, with bisexual, you're in a binary of male, women, man, woman. With pansexual, you have trans people who are non-binary. It's just, I don't really care what your gender is.
The relationship, what is he? Is he a trans?
No, he's
a man?
He's a man.
Okay. I have to ask. Shawnee, how long you been single?
Oh gosh, I've been single for 3 months or something since June.
So that's recently then.
It is recently. That's probably why I'm so sad. But I'm not even so sad. It's just like, anyways, it is recent.
What happened?
I knew this was going to come up. Okay, the reality is like this, like, he just was not shit. And as much as like there was like love and genuine connection and things like that, like he still owes me $1,200 today. You know what I'm saying? So like things like that had to do with fundamental relationship things. And I just had, you know, like as much as I love and wanted to like be committed and do all those things, like there are certain things that like are my own boundaries.
How long were you guys together?
For over a year, like a year and 3 months or something.
So you say he wasn't shit. When did you start to realize he wasn't shit?
Oh shit, you know, about second day, first day, same time everybody else, right?
So my question after that is, if you knew the nigga wasn't shit, why'd you get in a relationship with him?
I mean,
and stay with him for a year?
So I was just talking about this, actually. So it wasn't so much that he wasn't shit and that's all he was, right? So let's just say like initially, of course, I was far more enamored before I had such close proximity to him. However, we had sex pretty quickly. The sex was very, very good. That being said, also, once I have sex with someone, for me, I'm sleeping with you. Like, I'm going to sleep with you all the time. You're the person I want to sleep with. And it just builds a connection, right? Like, well, for me, at least it did. And it did for this other person also. So he like immediately became like enveloped in my life. And also just, I think that was his nature. Like a part of who he was to try and like latch on to me so that there was a kind of, I would call unhealthy, like type of ness to it.
Dickmatized. That's what they say.
I wasn't dickmatized, but the dick was good and we was in a relationship and I'm a solid person. I mean that like, I'm not going to be with you half-assed. So I felt
a lot of girls think they're in relationships, but when you ask the guy, he's be like, "Nah, we're just friends who like fuck."
It wasn't that.
So he actually said, "You're my girlfriend."
Yeah. Not only did he say that, like we were in a relationship. That wasn't a question. It was just more so where he was gonna go and how much he was gonna honor who I was.
So you said he owed you $1,200.
Owes present.
So this. So this goes into our first topic, and I want to hear you guys' views on this. When you're in a relationship, right? When you guys receive gifts from a man, or vice versa, do you think like they're gifts, or do you think like you have to give the shit back after you guys break up? Like if a guy, like you said, you gave him $1,200, but you guys were in a relationship when you gave it to him, right?
Well, I didn't give it to him. He needed it. And so I fucking told him, I'm going to give you this fucking money so you'll be okay. And you're going to give it back to me. And he still will tell me to this day, like, I'm going to give it back to you. Right. But it's like, how many times can you hear that shit? That said, a gift is a gift. That's how I feel with you, with her, with anybody. If I gave you that shit, it's yours. And I'm not going to bring it up myself.
So you think whatever you received during a relationship is yours?
100% mine, 100% yours. Right? Okay. It's like, I can't take back that pussy I gave you. You can't take back the penis that you gave someone else. And there's many more gifts that come with that. And if you don't want to give it, in my opinion, like, why are you out here giving shit that you don't want to give? I also think it creates a level of dominance. If you can take it back from me, then am I working for this? Is this some sort of contractual agreement that I have this and now I owe you? That's weird, in my opinion.
The rest of the ladies, feel free to speak up. Whenever you have
I think it's a case-by-case basis. And I think, you ask your partner going in. Those are questions I think it's important to talk about from the get-go. If I give you something, you're going to want it back. If you do, here you go. If you don't, thank you. I don't think just because you gave it to me, I can keep, like, I want to do whatever you want to do. If you want it back, take it back. If not.
It's like, when Quavo bought Saweetie that Bentley, right? On her birthday, and then when they broke up, he took it away from her. That's basically what I'm talking about. So
you a hoe for that.
No, seriously, don't take that.
Come on now, and don't my fucking Bentley. Who is you playing with? That's what I'm saying. Really, I guess I hear a little bit of what you're saying, but
I mean, it's tacky. That's a tacky move. It's just not becoming.
Do you think it's a double standard with men and women on that subject?
No, I believe a man will try to come back for his gifts too if he's feeling like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've experienced that before. Like,
What? I don't.
Oh, like, yeah, like, come, let me get that back up. Like, yeah, no, it's
What
not
was
gonna
it?
happen. Petty stuff, I don't know. Can't remember. I got asked for a light before.
A light.
A light, like a light bulb, like.
A light bulb.
Yes. I got asked for a pocket knife. Just weird shit. I don't know.
Did you give it back?
No, I did not.
I wanted to just interject and say that as a parent, like, there is a level of understanding the other parent's well-being. So, like, when you be with someone and you have kids and you've built a life and shit, yeah, then it's not like, oh, this is mine. Remember we was fucking and you said, I want you to have the house. No, that don't count. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some reality based up on how things will really go. And I feel what you said. Like, if somebody begging me for their shit back here, have this shit if you need it. But in reality, like, I do think that it's inappropriate. I do think you should be asking for gifts back.
As far as money wise, if you were in a relationship, right? How would you feel if you made more money than your partner?
Like I make more money than my partner. I don't think I feel any kind of way. You know, for a big majority of my relationship, I worked and paid for all of our extracurriculars, and he went to school. Now he works and I go to school. So I would like to, I don't want that to make me feel like I have clout, because I might not always be in that position one day. So I'm hoping that it wouldn't, I mean, it depends. It depends on if you feel like that person has good intentions with all the money you're making.
Would you date someone who wasn't working?
Yeah.
And
I have dated people who weren't working.
And you'll fully support, like, financially?
It depends. It depends on, where they're at in life. Because I don't want to
I mean, I'm talking about if a nigga's not working, not where he's at in life. He's just not working, period.
Yeah, but not working. But what else is he doing? Is he sitting around all day playing PlayStation? Or
Yes.
is he, well, then no.
Okay.
Hell fucking no. Okay. And I thought I would. And that's why I'm here now. In terms of, like, not honoring ambition. But what I want to say is this, is that, like, not only, it's not so much if you make less money than me, because I don't know where you're going to be in 5 years. That's foolish as fuck. Like, everybody going to pop if they put their work in. So that said, I'm not tripping over how much money you make, but if you are acting like really stingy, number one, I'm going to notice that. Like, whatever you do have, I want to be showered with it. And then number two, how much money is you going to make? Okay, so you broke today, but what's going to happen tomorrow? And so for me, that's the biggest thing, because I do believe that people change, but I also don't believe that you're just going to change without putting that work in. So I think that's how it is with money for me. Like, it's not so much what you have, but where are you going with this shit?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind dating a man who doesn't make more money than me, but I wouldn't date a man who doesn't work, or like who just at home on the couch playing video games or something all day. Like, you have to have some type of ambition or some type of something about yourself to want to go get something.
So, I mean, let's say he has ambition, and so are you cool with, like, paying all the bills and paying it? Oh, I'm not working. Can you pay my cell phone bill? Blah, blah, blah.
No, I'm not okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. So you have to, you could be doing something, even if you're not working for somebody, you could be working for yourself. So with that being said, you could go outside and get some type of money. So I expect you to go do that. As a man, I just don't feel comfortable with somebody who's comfortable not taking care of themselves or not being able to take care of themselves. And it's not about like, oh, I don't have the money to do it, or, I just, I can understand you going into a hard place or you falling on hard times or something like that. But at the same time, I fell on hard times, and it's been times when I, was down to my last, and I still got up and got outside and went to go figure something out and, made something happen for myself. So I could expect that from you at least.
I feel like me as someone who's previously incarcerated, right? I know life gets hard as fuck. And not only what do you mean? I paid for my baby daddy when he was in prison. So he couldn't give me any money, right? I had to fully support him or whatever we had popping in the streets. And that said, like, That's not the issue, but the issue is how could you fix your fucking mouth to ask me? That's what I look at it now. It's like, you don't see what I'm doing. You don't see how hard I'm working. And you have the audacity to ask me for some fucking help when you got the same 24 hours that I got. And especially as a mother, like I feel a really certain way about that. If you really, really need it, of course, I'm here for you. But how do you really need it that many times? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can that be what's going on? For me, that's how I look at it. So no, I'm not going to pay your phone bill forever. Would I pay it if you really asked me to and you needed to? Yes, of course. But I'm not going to like play myself behind that.
What do you guys look for when you guys are out in the dating scene? And this goes toward the two single women. What do you guys look for in a man?
A big ass dick. I can't see it though.
God.
But I be looking like a motherfucker. Go, Katie. Right. What else?
Let's see. I look for a man who has ambition, a man who's honest, who has some, something about himself. I don't like I don't like men who just, who are comfortable being where they are. I like people who like to progress in life no matter what they're doing. So I like to see people like that. So, I can't be with like a bum. Like I don't want nobody that just doesn't want anything or is not doing anything. I can't see it. Like it's not okay. I don't think it's an okay thing. So, like I feel like you also attract, the type of people that that you yourself hold yourself to be. So I feel like, I also feel like certain men won't approach me because they'll feel some type of way, or they feel like, like, oh, she's probably like not gonna, whatever. But I just,
you saying men are intimidated by you?
I don't think they're intimidated, but I would say some men wouldn't approach me and like, or after they do approach me, they'll say like, I thought like, I didn't think you would, or whatever. So, but I feel like I'm a nice person, but that could be, up to the, the perceptor. So it is what it is. But, yeah. So definitely somebody ambitious and willing to take care of themselves. I think that's one of the biggest things for me, honesty. Else? What? Kids?
What else? What else do you look for? Would you talk to a guy who has like 4 kids?
Probably not. No, probably not.
She lying?
I don't know. I'm just saying I didn't think that she would say yes. Or like I didn't think she would answer that way. My bad, Katie. No. It's all good. Honestly, I don't men with kids, I feel like they're okay. But it's honestly it's not something that I usually I just don't like. I be feeling like a lot of men have baby mama drama, or they can't like control the situation, or they're not controlling the situation how they should. So I don't want to deal with it. And I feel like because I'm a mother as well, and I feel like my situation is a controlled situation. So I wouldn't bring no drama to you, so don't bring no drama to me. And I feel like I've tried it a couple times, and it's always been bad. Or so I don't know. But I'm not saying I would shut it down, but I'm not like, oh, let me find a man with 4 baby mamas and 6 kids, please. Like,
Shawnee, what are you looking for in a partner?
Okay. So in terms like on the dating scene, things you can't tell from people like on their first conversation or like just from not knowing them, I'm looking for someone who's like clean, well kept. Like I do say that I'm fucking your car, not in the sense of like what kind of car you drive matters, but I do relate it to some really important things in life. Like, can you afford your fucking car note? Is this a car that you love? Did you put a lot of work into it? I really do look at shit like that. And then also the way that you come across, like your character and how committed to you are like to talking to me. Like, how much do you really want to talk to me? And so those are things I look at, like level of commitment to whatever it is they're going after in that moment. And if that's me, then I want to see like how committed to you are the cause, or how committed to you are, how committed to the cause are you? And then how do you come across? Like, what's your whole read come across? I do look at clothes in terms of like, just to see like where people are at. Not so much what type of clothes they wear, if it's trendy, but how they're dressed, like how clean they are. That's important. And those are the things I think I look for immediately. And like I said, the dick thing is real. You can't always tell, but I try to look at height, how big a nigga's wrist is, how long his fingers are, what his feet is like. I do like a fit person because I go to the gym. So I want to be ideally with someone that's fit. And yes, I like facial hair sometimes. I don't mind though any type of man, like looking man. I like black men also. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big thing. If you're not black, you lost about all your points. However, you can try to gain them back through other ways. I don't know how, but yeah. Skin color, I'm definitely looking at that.
All right. You got a view on this? Well, when you were single, what were you looking for when you were in the dating scene?
It's really important to me just to date people who know their place in the world. You're like, especially dating white dudes in the Bay Area. Do you know the privilege that you have here? You know, for a long time, I didn't want to date wealthy dudes. I grew up really poor and I just felt like I couldn't relate to people who had money. So I found myself always wanting to date somebody like who came from the same socioeconomic background that I've come from. It's really important to me. I don't want kids. So if I'm dating somebody, that's something that we got to talk about right from the get-go. And I have a lot of family issues. I have codependent siblings. I have a brother with special needs. I have a sister that's a single parent. I need somebody who can be willing to know that is it's the whole shebang. Like you're not just getting me. You're getting my brother, my sister, my nephew. So just like, where are your values? What's important to you?
So you have no kids?
No kids.
Okay, you have kids?
I have 2.
And Shauna, you have?
I have one biological daughter and I have an adopted daughter.
Okay. Speaking on kids, this is for the two of you who have kids. I posted something on Facebook, right? About yes. About when men date women with children, right? And the women, they expect the men to give them 100%, right? But the women are not giving the man 100% because 100% goes to the children, I suspect. So it's an uneven dynamic there. So what's your guys' views on that? Because a lot of men be like, "Oh, you have kids."
Yeah, you take it and I'll finish.
A lot of men will be like, "Oh, you have children. Oh, I don't want to date you because you have children for that
and
specific
I feel like
reason."
that's fine because I could feel the same way about a man. So I feel like that's fine. That's his view. But I also feel like as well as you dating me, you feel me, and my children, I feel like we are a package deal, yes. But at the same time, I feel like the relationships are different. Like the relationship you have with the child is not going to be the same that you would have with your partner. So, you know, as a parent or even as a single father or a single mother, I feel like what they're really like kind of searching for is that other figure for their child, as well as that relationship or that romantic relationship for themselves. So I don't know if it really kind of, you know, if you could really call it that. So
do you tell, when you first meet a guy, do you tell him that you have kids?
Yeah.
Or do you just like wait until, see if you guys hit it off?
No, I tell them because, you know, as much as I want him to be honest with me, I feel like I should give him that same respect. So, you know, I'm not going I wouldn't like, that's kind of weird to kind of blindly, you know, lead a man on and then 3 months later, like, oh yeah, my kids though. Like, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Like, right. So yeah, definitely let them know I have kids from the jump. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's kind of odd if you don't, I feel like, but I have seen women hide it. I don't know why. Maybe they feel like it gives them an advantage in the dating scene or to the man. But also, if you want to be with a man that you feel is okay with you hiding your kids, I also feel like that's a problem.
Shit.
Right. Well, no. Okay. So about that whole post, what I say is this: is it's not equitable. It's not equatable, I should say. Like what Katie just said. It's like 100. I'm gonna give you 100% of the me that you like. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to see the mom that's brushing this little motherfucker's teeth in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Or making sure that they get to school on time. You can appreciate that about me because that's another facet of my personality. That's how I look at it. And then like, do I tell someone that I have kids immediately? It's a part of my life, like everything else. And so, of course, I want you to know. And I do think that it is a little bit strange if a man or a woman leads you into believing that you don't have kids. However, I think it's presumptuous to think that you're going to interact with my children. I think that for me, I'm also cautious of and just aware of like how many people interact with my children, in which way. Not to say that it's something that's like so sacred you'll never meet them, but I think what Jessica mentioned also, like my past life and history, like that shit ain't all peaches and cream. And so when you're ready to come into that shit, into some of these, relationships I have, I want you to also be prepared and committed enough to weather the storm, because it was some storms back there. So that's the best way I would say it. But I think that people who don't want to date you because you have kids is totally fine. Like I think it's a healthy decision. If that's
Has it ever happened to you? Like, have you ever met a guy and you told him you have kids and you're like, oh, I'm good?
I've never met, most guys that I meet have kids. And no, my criminal background though, the fact that I'm a felon, I have found has turned men off. Like they don't want to fuck with me, or they'll just want to like have a sexual relationship with me that they don't want to really be with me. That's more than kids, actually.
Okay, does anyone ever ghost you when they found out you have kids?
No, they haven't. Some guys, I don't know if it's the men I attract, but I feel like some men, like they like it, or they're looking for a mother figure, and then I kind of find out they got like mom problems, and it's like a whole nother story. But no, I've never been ghosted because I had kids, or at least if I have, I don't know about it. Or I didn't care enough. I don't know.
Does your boyfriend have kids?
No.
No. Does he want kids?
I ask him sometimes, are you sure? And he's like, no, don't want them. But
So if he says he wants kids and you just said you don't want kids, what will happen?
well, I got my tubes removed like almost 2 years ago, so he knows that I cannot have a baby.
How old is
And
your
he
boyfriend?
was 39. He was part of that, like that. I mean, that wasn't a decision we made together. That was my decision. But he knew. I think a lot of times when you tell people you don't want a kid, everybody thinks yet, or you don't think you want a kid. But he knew that going in, and that only recertified that decision. But we have talked about adopting a kid. If the time came where either one of us decided, you know what, I do want a kid, both of us would be happy to adopt a child.
If he says he wants a kid, but he said he don't want to adopt one, he wants to
go have a baby.
Oh, you'll let him?
I mean, if that's part of what he wants to be in this world as a father, go find a woman who's going to love the
No,
shit.
but what I'm saying, he still wants to be with you, but he wants to. Do you have sisters?
Yeah.
So let's say he wants to have a child, but he wants your bloodline to be in the child. So he wants your sister to carry the child, but he.
Hey, Jessica, I'm like, wow, this is wild.
Well, no,
But he
because
wants
you
to.
want
He
to
wants.
continue his lineage.
No, but listen, but he wants to do it the old-fashioned way, like on some Handmaid's Tale shit. He wants to like.
Well, I'm okay with my partner having sex with somebody else and getting somebody else pregnant. I just don't know if that somebody else really needs to be my sister.
I'm just thinking about Angela because I know your
But he
sister.
wants
I'm
to-
like, oh my God,
He
this
wants
is
the
intense.
bloodline. That's what I'm saying. He wants to keep your bloodline.
I
and your
get into
sister.
some pretty weird shit. I'm pretty open-minded, so it's not off the table. It's just that's a lot of logistics. And my sister's not a healthy person. That might not be the person you want carrying your baby. So, I mean, him inseminating my sister with his penis so that he could have a child of his bloodline, it's not out of the realm. I'm not totally against that, but it doesn't seem like a healthy choice.
Okay. Would you guys, let's say you meet a dude, right, and he has kids. Would you factor in the age of those kids on the type on if you date the person?
2 years. 2 years old. Because I remember when I had my own daughter. And
Wait, you said 2 years old. Like,
if the child
if
is
they're younger
under
than 2
2
years?
years old, maybe even 3, I'm not fucking with you and that bitch. For real. I love y'all to both. Work it out. You know what I'm saying?
You calling a child the bitch?
No, I meant the baby mama, who is a black queen. When I say bitch, I usually mean black queen. You know what I'm saying? But that said, I'm not doing
That's
all
the
that.
first. Bitch means black queen.
It needs to, the way they slang it out so much. I'm just saying, like, because the bond is strong. Like you still, that baby is cute, it's fresh. You like, you still might remember why you love a nigga. And every time you pick the kid up, and motherfuckers play too much. So I am saying 3 years. And I will say that though. Like I don't have no problem. Like especially niggas be like, yeah, my baby's 6 months. You need to go home. You know what I'm saying? Take them diapers home. And I remember what it was like being a baby mama of a baby daddy who was fucking 1,000 bitches. So go home.
Wait, what was the question?
The age limit or what
Yeah.
was it? Yeah.
Age limit.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't even. To be honest, I don't like dating men with kids because I just feel like it's drama to begin with. But
So you're a hypocrite then?
I'm not a hypocrite, no, not at all. Because I would date a man with kids. I don't have no problem with it. I just feel like it'd probably be a lot on my part to get used to it or trying to get, to get where I feel like, like maybe this is not, what I think it is. It's like, because I do have the, like she said, like if the child is like young or still a baby, like I don't know, you do need to go home. You probably should try to work it out with your family and see what's going on or something. But yeah, no.
Would you, same question. Just pretend like you're single this episode.
I definitely think, having an infant and having a child that's still very much in their development and you are parenting, it makes for some rocky terrain. Mm-hmm. So I think age is important. And also I might not want to date somebody who's got a little asshole teenager. Like where is your child at developmentally?
So what age limit would you,
I just don't really want to date anybody with kids probably.
I started my first relationship with someone who had a fucking 7-year-old child, and it's one of the most beautiful things I have in my life. And I love my fucking stepson with all my heart. And that being said, I hear what they saying though. I totally get it. And I think for this person, I could only imagine her being the girlfriend of your baby mama. Like she's havoc. And not like that. She's beautiful, but oh my God, like that's going to be a lot to work through. So I don't think you could, bitch, could you imagine having a nigga with kids? And he like, I'm going to go over there tonight and hang out with the kids. Bitch, you ain't feeling that.
Nah, you can bring the kids over here.
Exactly.
Because no.
So, but in that sense, like I don't see the issue with it. But like I said, there has to be some clear boundaries. And what I do feel is this. So it's like, you're going to have to choose. Honestly, if you date a man or a woman or whoever you date with children, you're going to either respect the fact that they're an active parent and they actually have to be in their children's life, or you're going to be with a fucking deadbeat. And so that's the both way it goes. And so that's how I always looked at it. Like I'm going to be with my kids. I'm actually going to even be around my baby daddy. Because we are trying to practice like healthy family, you know what I'm saying? Shit. And that being said, can you handle that? Like, where is your level at? Can you trust me enough? You know what I'm saying? Like all those things come into play, and it is hard with people in general.
Would you, what you guys say?
Oh, no, I was gonna say I respect it. Like I do respect the aspect of it. It's probably also like something like from my past where I've seen like my uncles with they baby mamas, even though they got wives and stuff at home and like shit like that. So I'm just like, it gets iffy. So yeah.
So we have two people who say they wouldn't date a man with kids.
It's just not my first option.
It's not that I wouldn't. You probably have to walk me.
You don't want to.
I don't really want to, but I'm not close to the feeling.
Just say you don't want to date a nigga with kids.
I don't want to date a nigga with kids. I don't want to date a nigga with a baby mom. I don't mind the kids. I don't want the baby mama. If she dead or in jail, I probably wouldn't mind.
I'll date a widow happily.
Shawnee, how many? You said you'll date a guy with kids, but how many kids are you willing to?
The more the merrier. Run that shit in. I love kids. I swear to God. That's why I have another child that I didn't give birth to. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
would you care if he had like multiple baby mamas?
It's all good. I don't want to be your 12th baby mama though either. So if I notice that you have 7 baby mamas, I'm gonna pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not about to.
I get into a relationship with a man that you already know you don't even want to be with.
What you mean?
You just said you're not gonna,
put her feet to the fire.
Oh, okay. So I just meant like in terms of like I don't want. That's not like how you said you don't prefer. I don't prefer 12 kids, and I don't prefer 12 baby mamas. I actually would prefer 1 baby mama and 12 kids, and I still would have some questions about should y'all be together because you have 12 kids
But
together.
you're saying you would date a guy with 12
I'll date a
kids and
kid
12
guy.
babies.
Of course. I mean, for me, I don't really see what is the issue. If you taking care of your kids, if you in their life, you blessed. That's what you're supposed to do. We Black, nigga. You're supposed to be running that shit off. So, in my opinion, I would want to have the 12 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what I bid, let's do 24 around this motherfucker and run it back again. That's me. But that's how I feel about children in general.
Would you, if you were dating someone and you found out they had kids, but you really liked them, but you found out he is not really in the kid's life, would you continue to date him?
No. And I could only have a very honest conversation with you about what's going on, or this person, you know, like whoever, like we'll have a talk. But if you were not in your child's life and you were not like, there's a lot of situations that go on, I do recognize, but like if you're not actively working towards that, for me, it doesn't work. It's too, it's not so much that it doesn't work because I'm judging you, but I know people who are not in their kids' life and they're really heavily their mental health is really heavily affected by it. And even their capacity to do well for themselves. I'm not gonna say that's true for everyone, and it's too hard for you to go to sleep at night knowing that you're not around your child. And I don't really want to deal with all of that if you're not working on it.
I honestly feel like if you're not in your kid's life, like you don't get blessed. Like, and I feel like
Right.
I've seen that. Like,
Are your father's kids in their life?
he is what he can be, but he's a case. To say the least.
So it's a no?
Huh?
It's a no?
It's definitely not enough. He could do a whole lot more, and I wish he would. But I know certain circumstances, his mind doesn't allow him to. So
Circumstances, what do you mean?
Let's see. Whew, how do I explain this?
You could just say that he's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he got addicted to drugs, to say, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So his mental capacity is not where it's at. He's kind of back and forth in the system. So even if he today was to call me and be like, let me get my children, I probably would still say no, just because I know his circumstances. But I mean, if he was to clean up his act and be the man that he should be or could be, I would, definitely welcome it.
Was he that type of person before you had kids?
Nah.
He was totally different?
He was totally different.
Okay. All right, let's go talk about first dates.
Very important.
First date question.
First dates. Do you guys believe in the man paying for the first date? Or not the first date, for dinners.
100th, 7th date, 12th date, 9th date, 13th date. What the fuck? I don't even understand this shit. I don't even get it. I don't get it.
You want a big dick in a big wallet.
Look, I said the next nigga that asked me to pay for a date, I'm leg checking him. That means shooting you in the leg. I'm not.
All right, we got Shawnee's with Kate.
Yeah, go, y'all go. But I'm not.
I believe a man should pay for the first date, especially if he had asked me to go out with him.
Okay.
Because you want me to go out, you want to take me out and then ask me to pay for your dinner. That's so weird.
Well, yeah. All right.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to pay for his food, but I'll pay for mine.
So you'll go Dutch.
I'll go Dutch.
Can I go again? Look, are you done? I'm sorry, Jessica.
No, you're all good.
Look, you know what the fucking wage gap is? The heterocentric, Eurocentric society that we all reside in. If you can't take that extra fucking 40 cents that you make on every dollar, the extra $1.70 you make on every dollar and run that shit back to me, I don't understand. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't have a job.
I don't, well, we should go on a date.
All right, so the people who are not watching this on YouTube, we have 2 black women and 1 white woman. The white woman said she'll go Dutch. The 2 black women said, fuck no.
But
Do you think this is a cultural thing? Because a lot of black men out there will use this as an example. Be like, oh, this is why we date white women.
No,
blah,
the
blah,
reason
blah.
that black women have to demand a different kind of respect than a white woman.
I'm just asking the questions, y'all. I don't believe in
No,
shit.
it's not. Let me say
I
this.
don't think you do. That's not what I'm saying. I think as a black woman, you're going into the situation totally different. I just think maybe you have to set a standard that the world is not setting for you as a black woman. For me, I don't feel some kind of way because the world isn't against me in the same way. I think you got to go in knowing your worth in a different way as a black woman than a white person does.
No, but what I'm asking you're willing to go Dutch. You don't think it's a cultural thing because they're black and you're white?
No, I do think it's cultural. Well, okay. I think culture probably plays into all of how we, decide the decisions we're going to make. Mm. I think it's unavoidable.
All right.
Just culture plays into everything. And also though, like I said, I'll pay for a nigga when he goes to prison. So don't be fucking playing with me. That's how I feel. Straight up. Like I got your back from the bottom to the top. Pay for this fucking meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and quit playing with all that fucking dumb shit. That's how I really feel about it. Like, and everything you said is so real though. Cause I have to tell niggas all the time, I'm not your mom. Not about to work to the bone for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you experience black womanhood in this way and men do treat us differently. I know for a fact, like men treat me, I really do feel like worse cause I'm black. And, that said though, I'm not paying for that fucking meal. I'm not. If I have to, because we both broke together in a committed relationship, that's a whole nother story. But if you got it, I need you to treat me the way that I deserve to be treated. Mm. Sorry, Katie, because I just couldn't take it.
No, I know. we were literally talking about this earlier today. But yes, but I do feel like that because why would you? If neither one of us have it, if I'm telling you I want to go eat and you don't have it, I'll probably.
Oh yeah, we're off that. I'm talking about the cultural thing. Do you think?
I don't.
Do you think black women are
more demanding?
Yes.
We probably are because I feel like as black women, I feel like we've been through a whole lot more than our white women than anybody. I wouldn't say to anybody because it's a lot of other cultures that go through a lot of shit too. But I would say a lot of people experience a lot more than white women do. And I feel like some white women don't know their privilege or don't know that they have privilege. And or even if they do, I feel like they use it to, exemplify. And some do use it to, take over or try to, trample over black women. And I don't think that's right. But at the same time, I feel like as black men, I feel like y'all see us and y'all know who we are and what we are. And I feel like at the same time, y'all should appreciate us for that. And I feel like as a black man, y'all know that nobody else will have y'all the way that we have y'all. Nobody else will understand y'all the way that we will. So y'all should definitely appreciate that for that alone. But in today's society, I don't know if that's really, true, but I definitely do feel that way.
History tells us that black women is the queens of the civilization. Okay, there's no question about that. If we look at the way that the civilization in the world is built, it is built up on what black people have been able to provide this world. It would be foolish of me to act like I'm anything less than that. And I'm not saying that we don't. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of bullshit, but what I am saying is that I'm just saying, like, why am I about to pretend, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, Jessica, that at one point white women was the sluts of the world, those women who were the wops, those women who could only wish they could fuck a nigga who came from across the seas and impregnated them. There's no reason for us to pretend like that. It's only been 500 years that the fucking, this group of people has been in power. And that being said, I, for me, refuse to act as though I'm something less, specifically in the moment when it's one of my greatest gifts, the fact, like me as a black woman. And so I just think it's alarming that there's a trend going on of continuing to devalue black women, not acknowledging that that's what's going on throughout. Like, since we've been in this space that we're in socially, politically, culturally, it's a constant devaluation of the black woman period. And so I think that it's kind of ridiculous that Black women, and I do think it is when I see it on the internet, like that Black women abide by that dumbass shit. It's not about being in a relationship. That's foolish. The relationship is there. That's real, human to human, anybody. But no, I just think you should know your worth, in my opinion.
What if you asked the man out on a date? Do you still expect them to pay?
I would not do that, so I don't know. But I'd say if I ask anybody out on a date, even Katie, or you know what I'm saying, like, let's go eat for your birthday, I'm about to pay for them.
Okay. Katie?
If I feel like I want to do something special for my man, I feel like I'll do that. I'll take our responsibility for whatever cost. But I feel like that's probably like a birthday. But
So you're telling me if you're in a relationship,
If
the
my
only
man-
time
I
you'll
mean,
pay
if-
for your man is on his birthday?
No, I mean, if he's hungry, I'll bring him some food home or something if I ain't about to cook. But I mean, I'm not just about to be whining and dining a man. That sounds
Yeah, I'm not talking about
crazy.
wine, and I'm talking about once in a blue moon. Like, okay, you take me out all the time. Tonight I got you. Let me take you out to dinner or something.
That sounds reasonable. I could do something like that, and I have done something like that before. It's nothing like, crazy. Like if I want to go eat with the man and I feel like, like I want to treat him to something special, like maybe he get a promotion or something like that at work, or he did something at work that I feel like needs to be celebrated, I would definitely go take him out. And so it's never like,
So it has to be a special occasion. You just can't randomly do it off the love.
I mean, if I'm feeling like, damn, I don't know.
Just say you won't do it.
I would do it. I feel like I have done it before, and I feel like I try to make it special, but it probably won't be like me going to take him out to eat. It'll probably be like something like, like me, like, bringing him something home, or like, I might bring him flowers and, come dressed in lingerie or something with a little, whatever, to get down to it, and see where it go from there, something like that. Buy him a little bottle, get him drunk. I don't know, something like that. But I don't.
So you're into lingerie?
Very much so. I love it. Yes.
All right. Jessica.
Well, it's different. Casually, if I were to ask a man out on a date that I didn't know, and I were to ask him, I would go into it like, okay, I asked, I'm ready to pay for it, but I really fucking hope he offers to pay for it, even though I asked. And I think I would walk away being more attracted if he did offer. Like, and then depending on how, it's also, it's a case by case basis. You're setting a tone. And then in the relationship I have now, the first half of our relationship, I wined and dined the shit out of Ben because I could. And I like living that lifestyle. So I'm going to take you along for that ride.
I think that's exactly it. Like if we up, we up. Like, and how I feel about it is like, if you're in my lifestyle, you're in my lifestyle. It's nothing I could do. We together. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm going to not let you eat and we all sitting at the table. Of course, I'm going to pay for your food. But I also feel like it should be nothing. Like, if I go to the store and I know you like that, I'm going to pick that up for you. What's the whole big deal? And that's when it becomes irritating when you don't get it reciprocated. That's what I think.
How do you guys feel about having sex on the first date?
Sometimes that's the best.
Right. Sometimes.
Like if you're feeling it that much where you really want to sleep with somebody that quick, it might not be the best in the long run, but it's probably going to feel really good in the moment.
So you say yes, I don't have a problem with it?
Again, it's hard to put these things in just like very like yes, no. There are some times I want to sleep on the first date and other times I really don't want to sleep with you at all on the first date. Or I might think this probably isn't going to go anywhere, but I kind of want to fuck him. Or vice versa. This might go somewhere and I kind of want to wait and get to know this person. You just never know.
Kate, do you have a problem having sex on the first date? Speaking to the mic.
I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I would say I don't really want to do that just because like.
Would you do it if you guys are like chilling and vibing and the offer presented itself? Would you be like, yeah, I'll do it? Or would you be like, no, that's just not me. I don't do this on the first date.
I don't know. I might wait till the second or third time, but probably not the first time. Like
you never had sex on the first date? Or the first time hanging out with someone?
I have before, and it ended up being like a real long toxic relationship at that. So I don't want to do it again. Like, but I'm not like close to like if I meet somebody and I feel like, oh, this is it, and this just might be it. But then again, probably not. So I don't know. No.
I think for me, like, same what you just said. First, at the time when I did do it, it was a very long toxic relationship. I'm like, didn't seem like a good idea. Physical attraction is real for me though now. So like now, like I could see myself fucking somebody just because I'm like, damn, you fine as fuck. You feel me? Like we should do this. However, I'm not attached. Like either way, I think if you feeling the vibes, like how you said, Jessica, fuck it, do it. If you not, then don't have sex on the first date.
And where are you at? What are you looking for? What do you want your representation to be in this moment?
Right. Like nowadays, though, if I did have sex on the first date, you would be like hearing my mouth about it. Like, so that they're fucking this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? It would definitely get to a very intense conversation that felt a little bit like, what am I getting myself into? But I would have to do that because that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I have to give that person like a real, hey, this is how I'm about to be acting. Or if I thought it was going to go nowhere, then I would be clear about that too. I don't know though. Like I haven't had sex on the first date since my baby daddy. And that wasn't even a date.
To be clear.
What was it?
It was not a date. Let me be clear.
I think my baby daddy was like, let's have sex. And I was like, okay. I was hella young now. It's a horrible story. Let's not get into it. But that being said, I was like, okay. And then we end up fucking. And from there, we never did stop.
On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the greatest, sex in a relationship, how important is that to you? I mean, like good. Can you be with someone?
It's a 10.
That's what I was about to say. A 75,
It's
12.
mandatory. 48, please. It's okay if we get in slumps.
So it's 5 for all three of y'all?
Hell yeah.
So you're saying you can't be with... If you met someone, right? He has everything. Great ass job, a lot of money, buys you everything, emotionally there for you, treats your children like their own. You don't want for anything. Move in his house. You don't pay no bills. Down with the culture, spiritual. Parents love him. Dresses well. Chocolate skin.
Do you know this man?
Physically fit. You know what I'm saying? Everything, it matches everything on your checklist. But when it comes down to the sex, you guys just don't vibe that well. Would you stay with this man?
Is there still a level of eroticism? Am I still being desired?
Is he open?
Well, yeah, he desires you.
Is he open to going into the sex store and just letting me pick out whatever and being like, we about to try this because...
Yeah, but you can, all that. But I'm saying you and him, no toys, no nothing. He just don't do it for you, sex in the bedroom. Would you stay with this man or be like, no, I can't do it?
Can he eat?
What?
You go ahead.
What is the tongue gang? Like, no, I'm just saying, like, for me, I don't understand that. Like, there should be something that makes me giggle, that makes me laugh. Like, in my opinion, I don't want to be with somebody who I feel like I got to be forced to have sex with. That's for sure. I agree. I think if a man want to really please you, though, that's totally fine. Everybody ain't going to be the same. But I do prefer to have some good ass fucking intense sex.
So you're saying no? The answer is no.
No, I'm saying especially a man that pays for everything. Not being like that, but I'm just saying like, yeah, that shit makes me wet as fuck. Like, are you about to go, babe? Go to the Chanel store today. Exactly. I'm really horny, right?
Okay, but then the question is, but then when you get horny, it's a dub. You can't do it for you.
Well, that's when you gotta hit the store.
Does he have potential though? Can we?
Okay, but the store is only going to last so much.
I also think
was he going to be using a dildo every fucking time, y'all?
Have all these things in common. Everything is so right. She's already turned on from the type of man that you are. So could it really be bad? Because if I could come off my finger, I should be able to come off something that you have.
So you're going to come off your finger for the whole relationship?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if I can come off of my finger, I should be able to come off of you too if I'm that turned on. You know what I'm saying?
If all these other things, because all the other things.
So you're saying you'll stay with him if the sex is bad?
I just was fucking a nigga with a little dick. He had a horrible motherfucking attitude. You know what I'm saying? And I swear to God, but everything else was nice about him. He was clean. You know what I'm saying? He was clean. He was on his shit. He fucking worked. He had some beautiful cars. Like I said, I love the cars. And he was like on his way. I liked it, but his fucking attitude. It wasn't even about the little
Shawnee,
dick.
your answer is yes, I will stay with the man.
I will stay with the little dick nigga if he got it together.
I I've stayed with men
Kate.
who are great in bed.
Would you stay with a guy who's horrible in bed, but has everything else? Yes or no?
I probably could, but would I want to? I'd probably be trying to get him to have an open relationship or something because.
So the answer is no for you.
I didn't say it was no. I just said I tried to, get him to.
Yeah, it's a no
I
for you.
probably
I
try
don't
to get him
see
to
it.
have some threesomes or something. Let me bring my friend because this bitch know how to eat pussy and you don't. So.
Jessica, what's your answer?
No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay. If you guys were with someone, I don't know how kiki you are, but if you guys were with someone and you were having sex with a dude, right? And this guy is like, yo, I want you to like play with my butt. Would you think that's funny?
I've been waiting for a man to ask me some shit like that. I swear to God, I've been wanting to put not like that, but I've been wanting to put my finger in a nigga ass for so long because I be feel like maybe the men that I've messed with in the past, like they be acting like they so scared, but I feel like they be wanting it, but I don't want to push no issues because I don't, but.
Why you desire to do that?
I don't know. Maybe it's a control thing in the bedroom. I don't know.
You want to take his masculinity away?
I don't, but I feel like if I can make him come in a different kind of way, I would like that.
And is your masculinity in your asshole?
And I'm also a woman,
just
so
asking the
do you
questions.
feel like... I'm just asking questions. But also, do you feel like your masculinity be taken away by me?
I mean, that's why a lot of women want to do that type of shit. Oh, I want to peg you and shit like that. They want to take that masculinity away.
I don't want to. I did say
Because
that.
if you fuck with a nigga and you want to put your finger in his ass, the next thing you know, put two fingers in there, girl. The next thing you know,
Let's open this
next thing you know,
up.
he's on all fours. Would you feel some type of way if your boyfriend wants you to fuck him more than he's fucking you? Would you start to think, oh, nigga, you liking this too much?
I would definitely feel some type of way. That's why I don't even know if I would want to. That's why I always have been scared to even open the envelope to the shit. But if I do meet a man that want me to put my finger up there, I might do it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Shawnee.
I don't think that I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to lie. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I definitely have been with some dudes and I think they do want my finger in their ass. Like, I feel like when I got a little close, you know what I'm saying? Like, they liked it a lot. And I think in the moment I felt okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt fine, but I just think that for me it takes a little warming up and I would definitely have to have, like, not a conversation, but I just, like, oh my goodness. I don't know. I think like if we was fucking and having a good time and you was like, stick your finger in my ass, I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, everybody's having a good time because I know how I feel. When I say do something, I want you to do that shit. So I think I would be okay with it, but I don't want to say that I would prefer to not. I would prefer to not have to stick any fingers in the asshole.
Jessica. All right, no, you like that shit.
No, the thought, I really just don't like sticking my fingers in holes on a man or a woman for some reason. Like, I'll eat coochie, but like fingering, I don't know why. It feels very aggressive to me. But that being said, I don't necessarily want to put anything in a man's ass, but I would love to see what it's like when a man has an orgasm from his prostate. That I'm curious about. It's not so much me wanting anything to do with your butt. I think it's really cool that I could get you to come in a whole new way. That I'm interested in.
Yeah, like if I could put my finger in your ass, you instantly come. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. It seems neat.
Like, like if you put your toes on it, well.
What?
Yeah, tell us. Because I never heard of that.
If you use your feet instead of your hands to work him up or whatever. And then, he comes off of your feet and say, it's like, oh, well, damn, I didn't know you like that shit. But, that's something different. So
it's
I think
variety.
it's the experience. The experience of just like when a man make you come in a different way, or all of a sudden one day he choke you, or he pulling your hair and you didn't know that you could nut like that, or you orgasm and it's like, oh damn, I didn't know I could get her going like that. It's probably like the same thing. Well, for me maybe. Has
any of you guys ever ate a man's ass?
No.
I've been close though.
Is that?
Not putting my tongue in your ass.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we in the moment and your asshole is clean as fuck and we all know that, because That's what I'm saying. Sex, I feel like, it's a fucking adventure. You having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to have fun. So unless something is like against, like, you know, how making you feel like you're having fun, then I say fucking do it.
Well, if you want the tongue, you might want the finger.
Okay. Jessica, have you ate ass before?
Yeah, I've eaten ass before.
A man's ass?
A few men's ass. Not the man I'm with. He don't want nothing having to do with his booty hole. But for me, it's more like I enjoy being made to do something sometimes that might be uncomfortable. There's a whole psychological aspect to it that will get me off. But I mean, we are taking showers. Like there's like, but I just want to be able to feel as comfortable with you. It's not something I request, and it's not something I'm always going to say yes to. But depending on the person, what's the difference between me licking all the way under your? I mean, there is a difference. There's a big difference. But I'm not opposed to it. But it's not my first choice.
All right. Would you guys ever date outside your race?
I dated outside my race when I was like really young, like a teenager. It's not that I wouldn't. It's that. I mean, it's a lot to be black. And it might be a lot to be whatever race you are, or whatever race you identify as. I don't fucking, maybe you don't identify as racist 2021. People, there's all type of ways. That being said, for me, I really want to be with a black person, personally.
I've never dated outside my race. I have talked to a couple guys outside my race, and it didn't end well because I felt like we didn't connect. Also, well, I ain't gonna tell that story, but also, yeah, no, maybe not.
Jessica, is your boyfriend black?
Not this one. I've dated men. I feel like I'm like the United Nations, but it's really different as a white person. I don't need somebody to really get the experience I'm going through. And I don't need them to really see my perspective in a certain way. I could imagine, and I have a lot of black friends. I can imagine if I was a black woman, I would want somebody who shared my experience. But as a white woman, I love being able to see all different kinds of experiences.
So you prefer dating outside your race?
I don't have a preference.
I want to clarify it, and don't take this. You, my white friend, I love you. You know that. But I don't like white people, right? I don't want to fucking date nobody else, nigga. I like niggas. I like black people just like me. I like the people. I like my skin. I like my attitude. I like who I am. I like how I come across in the world. And I don't really want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take a lot to convince me that you could stand on the same fucking ground as me. And so for me, that's where it comes from. But I had to clear that up. And just a sense of like, it's not about like, do you understand my plight? Like, I'm a human. I'm an individual. Right. So I know we're going to have differences, but I don't really respect other races the way that I respect black people.
So have you ever had sex with anyone besides a black person?
One time when I was like 17 or something. Like I said, when I was really young, and that's like one person.
Kate, you ever? No? All black?
Yes. Never went to the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
This question is for everybody. How do you feel, but mainly for Shani, how do you feel about black women marrying white men?
Well, I know how it is out here, and I could see how you might be attracted to someone outside of your race. However, I don't feel no way. I really honestly feel like people have their own choice, and you're going to be with who you want to be with.
Do you feel when black women specifically marry white men, do you feel like they are, they don't take pride in their blackness?
I feel like if we all had...
Because they're giving themselves to the colonizer?
Well, the reality is like this. In the reality, this is the truth, right? Look, but in the beginning of slavery, when white people first started to come to take slaves from the African continents, black women could not give birth to white males' babies. Their babies would actually die within the womb, or they would die before they were 3 years old. So I know that it's not natural. I know that sounds fucked up, but it's not the way. It took a lot of years of rape and conquering black women's bodies for them to even be able to procreate with us. And so because I know that, I don't feel like they're prideless. I feel like we have to acknowledge who we are and what this world is. And although I don't think it's prideless, I just think that all of our historians, Frederick Douglass, James Baldwin, like all throughout history, the conversation has gone on, and the reality has been said that it'd be impossible for I think I said this on the last show, it'd be impossible for a Black man to be with a white woman without him being a nigger to her, period. And I feel the very same way. And so for me, I just acknowledge the truth. That's how I really feel about it. And it's true that we could not have babies by white men.
Kate?
I feel like Black women marrying white men. I think it's I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't have anything against those women. I feel like that's where they choose to be. That's where they want to be, and it is what it is. I don't know. I just feel like the sex is probably weird. I just feel like he's in the room calling her a nigger or some shit. So I cannot. I don't know.
Jefferson's lady, come here, Sally Hemings. Whatever. Bring your ass over here.
Yeah, and I don't know. It wouldn't make me comfortable, honestly. I don't know. And I just think like a white penis is pink. Don't ask me no more questions.
All right. Jessica, how you feel about that issue?
I think they are pink. They're hella pink. But it's all shapes and sizes and colors. But I don't know if that's really I have no idea. I don't know if that's my place to even really hold an opinion in. And, there's a part of me that wants to be very idealistic and be like, well, she met the exception to the rule. But I don't think that there's any white man who is an exception to his privilege. And I just don't know if...
Just coming from a white woman, y'all.
I just don't know if psychologically it would make you wonder what made her make that choice. There's something... And this is going to seem like a reach, but, I'll watch porn where Black men are dogging white ladies out. I can't watch Black women be treated like that in porn. I can watch white women be degraded in porn. I cannot watch that happen to a Black lady. I can't. And it's something I've always found it really interesting. So hearing it like this, like hearing you say, I wonder, what is it like when a man has sex with a Black lady? I want you to just be treated the fucking best you could be treated. And I don't know if a white man is capable of having that kind of passion because he doesn't know your experience, or he doesn't know what it's like.
You date Black men, right?
I have.
You have?
I have. But I think at the time, I didn't think about it the same way I think about it now. Not that I wouldn't date a Black man, but I could totally understand why somebody might feel a way about me dating a Black man. And I don't take offense to it. You know what I mean? I think everybody's allowed to feel like, why would you date your oppressor?
Would you would you marry a Black man?
Yeah, I would marry anybody I loved.
If you were to marry a Black man, right? If you guys are married, do you think you two, do you think you'll fully understand him?
No. I've dated Black men and I know that their moms have been like, I really like her, but you can't marry her. You know what I mean? So, but it feels very righteous of me to say, I'm not going to date a Black man because I know that, it makes me feel like I want a high horse to say all the reasons why a Black man shouldn't date me, when in all actuality, I would definitely date a Black man. But I could see, it just makes you think, what's your lived experience? What's your trauma? Why did you make this choice? And is that going to impact our relationship?
Do you think it's selfish of you to date Black men, knowing that you will never understand a Black man? And let me give you an example. I would never... Let's say a guy who meets a girl and she has kids and he's like, the guy doesn't really like kids. So he's like, you know what? I know you like me. I like you, but I know we will never work because I'm not going to be there for them kids because I don't like kids. Now I can fuck you and have you fall in love with me, but that would be selfish of me to take your time away from meeting someone who will understand what he's getting into and be there for them kids. So do you think it's selfish of you dating black men knowing that you can never understand how it feels when this black man gets pulled over by the cops?
And I think there's also something in wanting to be righteous in my whiteness, like I do understand. Like,
so why would you continue to date black men then?
Well, it's been a really long time. Because it also feels somewhat racist to go, no, I won't date a black man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a person who's like, no, I'm not going to date somebody because of the color of their skin. It's more like the experience of being black is where the selfishness comes in. And I can say now as a 35-year-old, I think you're going to have a better experience with a black woman. I would very much question, why are you dating a white woman? I don't think I would date a white man who said he had a preference for dating white women. You know, I would date a black man who said, no, I like everybody. I've dated just as many black women as white women. But if it's a black man who only dates white women, no thanks.
You guys have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Honestly, I think it's crazy because a lot of black men, they feel a certain way, I feel like, about black women. I think from growing up in their households, and I feel like that shapes the relationship they have with women when they get older. And I feel like a lot of men look at their mothers or their sisters or their aunts or cousins or whoever the case may be, and they put that on, I feel like, a lot of black women in the world. So it ends up being a different situation. Like, I've met I ain't gonna say a lot, but I met a couple of black men that have been like, I won't date a black woman because of this. And white women are so calm and they're sweet and they do this for you and they do that. And I'm like, but what black woman didn't do that for you? Or what black woman have you experienced that didn't do that for you? And they can't tell me what black woman they experienced that didn't do that, but they just be like, well, she had attitude while she was doing it and da-da-da-da. I'm be like, but at the same time, like, just like with a white woman or a Mexican woman or Asian woman or whatever culture, whatever, you feel me? All women are, you feel me? They're going to act a certain way with the man when you do certain things or whatever. So I don't think it's that. I think that black men are more accepting of other women to be, I don't want to say ghetto, but they'll accept other cultures to be like, you know, what we are, and they'll try to, you know, play that on us like, oh, well, she's this, but, you know, but she does it like this or whatever. So I think that plays a lot into it. But I don't think that that black women, I don't think that we get like really too much shame. I feel like we are a celebrated, you know, person. I feel like a lot of people do appreciate us for who we are. And I feel like if we looking in the wrong spaces for that type of commitment or type of, you know, urgency that we look for in a man, then we probably won't find it because we probably are looking in the wrong spaces. But I feel like it's definitely black men that appreciate black women and vice versa. So I just think it's the culture that you're in, or the, you know, the space that you're in, that you'll find where you really want, or what you really want.
I think like that black women are like undervalued. I think that in terms of black men who choose to date white women, like I think once again that it's actually a choice of who you want to date. However, I think that our standards, like what we believe, what we see, Eurocentric beauty standards. You have to look at the fact that me and Katie have dreadlocks, but we might be like, you know, 10% right now of women, black women who are wearing natural hairstyles, or maybe 20%, right? People who don't dreads. And that's even a big stretch because I'd be in a club, right? And I'd be like, we the only niggas with dreads. And so, no, for real. And there's our beauty standards for black women are very, very Eurocentric. And then furthermore, they're co-opted. So a white woman can go and get butterfly dreadlocks and be praised by a black man, but they're going to be mad as fuck at me about my hairstyle. And that's not with all men. Like what Katie's saying is true. Some men do celebrate you in your full blackness. However, even within that celebration, I do believe there is a tendency to navigate towards an angry Black woman, an overworked Black woman, a sacrificial Black woman, everything, like I said, but that queen that we really do come from. And so for me, I just see it as a huge overall societal perspective on Black women as the mammy or the Jezebel. And if you don't really fit those shoes, if you're not over sexualized, or if you're not asexual and made to live in the home, then really there is no space for you. That's my opinion.
What do you feel about Jessica feeling selfish about dating a Black man?
I thought that was a very insightful perspective. I thought that when
do you agree with it?
That
she's selfish.
I don't think she's selfish. I think that
I'm not saying she's selfish. Do you think it's selfish of her to date Black men, even though she will never understand?
No, have at it.
Okay.
That's how I feel for Black men. You know, and like please, Jessica, don't take this the wrong way, but if that's what you want, that's what you want. God bless you. I hope you be all right. You know what I'm saying? For real, yeah. Hope that shit work out. Because I just know the nature of such things. And I'm not knocking it. I really don't. Like I said, I'm not really tripping. But because people, you got to be with who you want to be with. Like, however, for me, it's just my Blackness is like really paramount.
Let's talk about cheating. What have you guys got cheated on, all three of you?
I've been cheated on before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shani, you?
Yes, I've been cheated on.
Jessica? Yeah. Has every relationship you've been in, has the guy cheated on you?
Not everyone.
No.
How do you know? Like, what is not like, I don't think I'm always getting cheated on, but how do you really know? You just have to, be okay with life.
All right, well, we're going to talk about forms of cheating. Do you think flirting is cheating?
No, but why are you acting like a hoe?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it can be, depending on like where it goes, but also if you're in a relationship, why are you flirting? Like, and I feel like it goes both ways, male or female.
I encourage flirting, but I don't encourage disrespect. So, I think if my boyfriend's at a bar and he's having a drink and some really pretty girl comes up next to him and starts making him feel good about himself, I think that's really hot. And if there's a little banter and a little chemistry, I'm down. But introduce me. Like, you can flirt in front of me, but don't have me sitting in a corner unacknowledged. That's where the line for me. It's all about respect. But I think there's something healthy, especially if you've been in a long time relationship for a while. Seeing your other partner be desired, knowing that other people think your partner is sexy, I find that attractive.
Do you think like liking pictures on Instagram and shit is cheating? Or would you get mad about that?
It's so out of the scope of how me and my boyfriend, we're not like real Instagrammy. So, I mean, if social media presence and that kind of stuff is important to you, I could see how it might offend you. But neither one of us.
I'm asking this question only because, I mean, obviously we live in the social media age, and then there's a lot of women who would take a guy liking a picture and they'll flip out about it.
I'm okay with my partner being sexually attracted to other people. And if that's on Instagram, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's totally natural to be attracted to other people. Liking pictures, I don't think it's disrespectful. But, I mean, somebody look nice, they look nice. I don't know, what can you do about that? I think it might be disrespectful if you like take it to the DM and try to, take it a little further than that. That might just be disrespectful.
So the DM is cheating too? It's a form of it? I
don't know if it's cheating. I guess it probably depends on what was going on in the DM or what type of, what's the dynamic. So if y'all sending memes back and forth about stupid shit, what can I, couldn't be mad at that. Just like, but if I'm doing it too, don't be mad either, goes both ways. Don't do no shit that you wouldn't want me to do.
Do you think kissing is cheating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shani?
I think the DMs also. Just to weigh in on that. Ain't no fucking reason for all that fucking friendliness. We're all grown now. We have our friends. And fucking kissing. Come on. You.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Would you think like if your guy had like a female, like a whole bunch of female friends, would that affect your relationship?
Are we all friends?
No, it's just his
Yes,
friends.
I definitely think that would affect our relationship. If you have female friends that you're not willing to introduce me to, that's a major
I mean, he
problem.
introduced you to, but they don't fuck with you. They fuck with him because it's his friends.
I wouldn't listen. Take this.
I would say for me, I wouldn't really be tripping. I'm not tripping. You might have met this person in college, might be a business partner or whatever. However, like I would feel some way if there was a level of animosity. Like if I picked up on some sort of animosity with your female friends and me, then I would feel like I needed to investigate.
Jessica?
It's all about respect. If I'm a no presence in your life, I mean, you know, I have a lot of male friends who aren't necessarily close with my partner, but they hear me talk about how much I love my partner. Like, I'm okay with it as long as my presence is there, even if I'm not there. Mm-hmm. But the moment that you're denying our reality or you're letting somebody else feel like you're prioritizing them, that's going to hurt my feelings.
If you were dating someone and he had a female friend that he was like best friends with, known for like 20 plus years, but you guys were only dating for, I don't know, like 2 years or something, right? And then you didn't like his female friend and you told him, yo, you need to stop hanging out with this girl. And he was like, or it's over. And he said, no.
I don't really want to tell you who you can and can't hang out with. I'm just not into that.
So you'll still stay with him if he's like, if you were like, oh, she's disrespecting me.
Well, I want him to say, why don't you like her? What has she done? And if he doesn't care about me being disrespected, that's the problem, not him being friends with her.
So if you say all that, you have that conversation, but he still is like, no, I'm not, this is my friend. I'm still going to hang out with her.
I would say I don't feel prioritized.
And you'll leave?
I think so.
Okay. What about y'all two?
I feel like if I'm being disrespected, I'm not going to stay in that space. Also, if you have like a friend that you've been friends with for whatever amount of years, and like she said, I don't feel like I could tell you who to hang out with or who to be with. But at the same time, if your friend or whatever doesn't like me or we don't like each other, I would expect you to not put us in the same space together, or even so, don't just. How do you hang out with somebody who don't like the person that you with? Also, like, how does that work out? Like, and if you can't resolve that, or you can't figure out how to resolve that between, them, for everybody to be cordial, maybe somebody doesn't need to be in the space. I don't know who, but somebody probably gonna exit.
I would feel like if we all couldn't be friends, that there was something deeper. Like I didn't understand, like, well, why is it that she can't? 20 years of friendship, I would assume that you would be really happy for your friend to have found someone that he likes. And me loving you, I would assume that I'd want to be friends with your friends because I would see us going somewhere. But I mean, if that shit can't come together, it's like, what the fuck is really up?
Jessica, vice versa. If you were with a guy and he told you stop hanging out with such and such, would you stop?
Ben could tell me to stop hanging out with anybody, and I would say absolutely. Okay. If for some reason Ben ain't fucking with you, there's a reason.
So Ben was like, yo, I don't want you to hang out with Shawnee anymore.
I love you, Shawnee.
But peace out?
Probably. I mean... Yeah. It would be so out of his character for him to make that kind of decision that if he really felt that way, I would be like...
So basically, you'll choose your man.
I would choose my man over anybody.
Okay. Kate?
I was only talking about like this earlier, and I would say females that nothing against you, but I feel like females that can choose something like that over anybody, they kind of scare me because I feel like you're almost willing to do anything for this person. And if you know me and you know the type of person I am or whatever the case, and even if your boyfriend or whoever don't like me, I feel like it should be also up to you. Just like I feel like somebody couldn't tell me like, oh, like, she's not your friend, like, don't hang out with her. Like, yeah, you could probably say it, but at the same time, like, it's, I don't know, it's just odd to me.
So you'll choose your friend before the man?
I probably wouldn't choose either, but I would probably.
This is the scenario, though. The man is telling you, yo, I don't want you to hang out with this girl.
Yeah, I probably would choose my friends because at the end of the day, my friends have probably been there for me before this man has. They probably have, taken care of me before this man has in a way, whatever. So, yeah.
And we're not talking about just any man. This is a man that you have potential of marrying and shit like that. That's you understand? This ain't just a nigga that you only been with for like a couple of weeks.
I mean, if we have potential of marrying and things like that, why? Like, I would probably ask, like, what's the issue?
Okay.
Or, like, before.
But whatever issue,
cut off my friend.
Whatever the issue is, he still don't want you to fuck with her. So you're saying I'm choosing her?
I mean, is he leaving?
Yes, he's gonna leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
So you'll choose a friend?
I probably would choose my friend over.
All right. Shawnee?
I wouldn't. I ain't that type of person. No, I wouldn't feel like, is you losing your fucking mind? Number one, like, and I would want to know why. And at the end of all of it, it's like, this is the reason why you can't hang out with her. I'll be like, you's a hoe, bitch. For real. Like, nigga, you ain't solid. You a fuck ass nigga, and I don't want to fuck with you anyways because real friends don't do no shit like that. Like, if the bitch needs some help, that's one thing. Maybe she is a dirty ass bitch, or maybe she is trying to fuck you on the under. Nigga might be telling you, like, I don't want to fuck with your friend because the bitch you trying to suck my dick every time you fall asleep. Maybe that bitch is fucked up and we need to check her. And then maybe we ain't gonna be friends no more. But I'm not about to just like, I don't fuck with her like that. So
you'll choose your friend.
I guess I'll choose my friends. I don't want to know what she did. But at the same time, like, you ain't about to fucking run. Like, it ain't like that. Now, I would just say, like, there's a level of, like, understanding involved. So if I felt like it was an appropriate reason to disassociate myself, of course I would. But just in terms of, like, you being or someone being a man and having the capacity to tell me, like, ultimatum, like, come on, ain't nobody giving me an ultimatum out here.
Well, and that being said, I would fight for my friendship. First of all, there would be a lot of questions, and it would have to, like, there would have to be a valid reason. Like, and
I mean, his reason is valid to him, but it might not be valid to you. But the whole point is he's giving you this scenario.
I'm fucking with the gang.
If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I would have been like, absolutely not. But going through COVID, watching him lose his dad, like, something has shifted in my relationship. Like, before I used to be like, I love him, but I'll be okay without him. I would never pick anybody over him. And now I feel like, I don't think that's true anymore. Like, something about my love for him it's shifted in my body. And I'm just kind of getting used to being like, this man has way more power than I wanted to admit for a long time. But it wouldn't be cut and dry just because you said, okay. No, it would be a fight.
But the end of the fight,
I'd probably give him what he wanted.
Are you, when you're, do you have the belief of being all about just the man?
What do you mean?
Meaning, you know how they said that, oh, I'll choose my friend, and you said I'm staying with my man. Do you feel like the way you think is my man comes first in everything?
No, not usually. It took a long time for me to put Ben first, and it took me feeling like letting him take care of me, letting him offer to help my family. Like, he has given me more than I've gotten in any friendship, in a level of taking care of me in a way that I've never let anybody take care of me. And I value that in a way that I always felt like I didn't want to value that in a man. Like, I don't need a man.
Yeah. I know it built every relationship builds up. You're not going into the relationship like, yo, I'll leave my friend for you. No, but obviously it builds up. You win them from 9 years. But what I'm saying is, you know how some women have a thinking like, oh, when I'm in a relationship with a man, it's all about him. When my girl's, oh, girl, let's come out. No, I want to stay at home with my man.
Oh, no.
That type of shit.
No.
I am her. I'm definitely staying at home with my nigga and catching the dick. For real. I'm about to do all of that. I'm leaving you bitches at 2 a.m. I got to get home. I don't know why you want to be out this late, right? That's me.
That's just a fucking example. What I'm saying is, you're thinking about sex. I'm not thinking about sex.
I'm just saying, like, in reality, no. Well, in companionship, right? Like, okay, maybe he don't want to be home at night by himself, whatever. Or he, you done with the club, go hang out with your dude. But I don't feel like that's unconditional. I guess I'm truly unconditional, and I feel like any man that is with me is gonna know that, because you're gonna see the relationships that I carry my whole life. And if you don't respect that, you got to know that, like, I'm gonna do the same for you, bro. Like, I'm not about to let my friend come and tell me I can't fuck with you. But
so you're putting when it comes to your man, you're putting your man first.
We just all gonna be in the group.
Yeah, that's a no. Kate. I already know your answer, but go ahead and explain it.
Explain what?
You ain't gonna put him first, but go ahead.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't put him in first, because I mean it might depend on the situation. I mean, if I'm tired, if I just worked 5 days out the week and I'm tired as hell, and my girls ask me to come out, I might say, like, nah, I'm about to stay in the house and drink some wine with this man, watch some movies, and get fucked tonight. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, but if I do want to go out or something, and he'd be like, just stay in, I'll be like, I'll be back. Don't worry about that, But I don't think it's like, I don't know. I don't.
That's a no. All right. What are some? This is the last question. What are deal breakers when it comes to dating for each of you guys? Start with Jessica.
Well, you can't be a bigot. Like, dating white people, like any funny shit. No, like I need somebody who is aware of how we are in the world, and I also need somebody I need a white guy who's gonna stand up for black people. One of the sexiest moments I've ever had with Ben is him cutting into a police who was assaulting a black person. Like, I need a white man who is going to put himself in uncomfortable situations. That's important to me. And then, I just like transparency. I'm not into sneaky. I don't care if you are, want to sleep with everybody. Transparency is paramount. Transparency and honesty. And if you just can't keep it really real and there's a lack of sincerity, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I think deal breakers for me, I would say, are probably number one, dishonesty. If I can't trust you, if I can't, take your word for what you about to say, I probably have no business dealing with you.
That's the only one? Just honesty?
I feel like dishonesty plays into all of them. So, if you can't be honest about, whatever, where are we going?
You'll date a nigga that's 5'2"?
I'm 5'4".
Actually, that nigga's a regular height.
Yeah. All right. Shawnee. Okay, so deal breakers. Don't be acting like don't be disrespectful. Don't fucking disrespect me. Don't lie to me. Or I'm not gonna say don't lie to me, but be honest. You gotta be. If you lie, you gotta come with the fucking truth when I ask for that shit. And don't be a fucking bum. Don't be no fucking half black. Don't be fake with your shit. Like, whoever you are, come real with that shit. And I said it a few times. Don't be acting like a hoe. And I just mean, like, don't be selling out for everything. Like, have some fucking moral and respect and character about your fucking self. And I do appreciate not old school values, but I appreciate the shit that we don't get to see. The nostalgia of a motherfucker keeping it 100, like being solid, being unconditional, being real and strong. Like, I don't want a weak person. So a deal breaker for me is weakness. Like, any sign of not so much vulnerability. Vulnerability is, I praise that and I amend that. But weakness for me is like, and lack of ambition. Like I said, that whole bum thing and the
the system talk. And I will say actually now it's not a deal breaker, but something that's becoming far more relevant to me is how much you're willing to educate yourself. Like if it's, maybe you're self-educated, I ain't knocking that, but I do want to see that you're questioning, that you're critical, and that you're working at something bigger than yourself for me.
Last question. I mean, that was supposed to be the last question. How do you feel about just dating in general in the Bay Area? Do you think there's a lot of eligible, like good potential out here as far as men?
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but I think prostitution is so rampant that people that you don't realize are selling themselves just for a date or a meal are out here like really pretending that there's something coming from that. And so I think, is it hard? For me, I think dating in the Bay Area is, I think it's tricky because people have become, I think it's hard because for me, it's hard because I'm an alpha. I'm straight, like I'm a strong woman. Not only am I strong, like I'm a wonderful human being. And so I hate to say it's not easy to come by that many motherfuckers. So it is difficult, but it's still fun.
I would say dating in the Bay Area, I would say it's okay. I feel like it is a lot of potential men out here that are actually doing something with themselves who probably are good men, but are they ready to like be with people? Are they ready to be in relationships? That's probably the better question. I feel like it's a lot of great people in the Bay Area. I feel like a lot of people out here are doing a lot of great things, but do people want to be in relationships right now? I think that's probably the better question. So I think it's definitely a lot of potential out here, and it's definitely somebody for everybody, no matter where you go. But yeah, I think it's a lot of great bachelors and bachelorettes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think people just have to be ready and in that space to go into that. So
yeah. Jessica?
I'm glad I don't have to date in the Bay Area. Only because it seems hard. A lot of single people, my single friends, men and women, it doesn't seem easy. It seems like it's convoluted. Like you can't just get to the heart of what somebody really wants right off the bat. Seems like a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. Well, on that note, you guys want to go down the road and give your like social media handles if people want to reach out to you? We have two single people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't, but y'all can.
Shawnee, where can they find you on Instagram?
As everyone knows, I'm the most wonderful. Now you can find me as Shawnee Shay all day. And anyways, you heard everything, so don't be with the bullshit.
My Instagram is Katie Lil Baby. I also have TikTok by the same name. Don't really do much on there, but go ahead. My Instagram, just so y'all know, it's a fun space for me. Okay, don't get offended. That's all I'm gonna say.
Jessica, what's your Instagram?
Jessica Lauren Stone. But my fet life is Slutosaurus.
Your what?
Your what?
If you know, you know.
Oh, I don't know.
Fet life. What is Fet life?
It's like a kinky BDSM social network where you find out about.
You don't think black women are into BDSM? You think that?
I mean, I have black friends who are into BDSM.
Oh, okay. You just like black women don't like it.
Who said that?
When did I say that?
Oh, that's just saying like BDSM, like with black women and white men. It's like, you know.
Oh, I don't like to see black women be humiliated by any man. It's hard for me, but that doesn't mean I don't think black women don't like that shit.
So you and your boyfriend you do the BDSM shit?
You know, we've come a long way.
All right, yeah, you guys have.
We try all kinds of stuff.
Do you have like what are you like, a OnlyFans or something?
No, only
What did I explain Fet like? Like what is
like
it?
Facebook for kinky people. Like you want to find workshops, you want to find parties, you want to find other people, you want to discuss sexual values, you want to discuss trying new shit, you want to discuss opening your relationship. It's like a forum. and you can use it, but it's not really a dating website per se. You're not swiping, you're not looking for people, but that isn't to say it has not been used like that. But
And it's called Fit Life?
like
Fet.
fetish.
Like fetish.
F-E-T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. F-E-T.
I don't know, just opening up a whole nother box door. 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Kate, are you into BDSM? Speaking to the mic.
I'm not opposed to being tied up and disrespected in the bedroom, I guess.
What do you mean disrespect?
Like,
spit on and shit?
I don't know about being spit on.
Would you let a man spit in your mouth?
I don't know. I never had it before, but if I'm drunk enough, I might let it slide.
Would you let a man piss on you?
Hell no. No R. Kelly going on. I don't think that'll happen. Can I piss on you? I mean, not you.
Like me?
No, not you per se. But I'm saying, would he allow it? I don't know.
I just asked the questions. That's it. Shawnee, would you let a man spit in your mouth?
It might have happened already. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm into it, but I know these two ladies personally, and I think they're more into it than I. Not like that, but I just know them both pretty closely, and I think they're a little bit more BDSM-y. But I will say I'm pretty, like, with sex, I'm pretty chill. Like, I like to be comfortable. That's the most important thing.
You like making
for
love.
me.
You don't like fucking.
Well, no, I like to do all of these things that they stated. I just am a little. I'm just saying, like, I like that. Like, I want to be tied up. I want to be a lot of different things. But I'm just like, yeah. So that's it. I like it. Yeah, I'm totally into that shit. I mean, what the fuck? It's like the dominating. I like to be dominated during sex, as well as feel comfortable.
Have you guys ever had sex with each other?
Hell no.
Yeah, I just asked the questions. I asked what the people want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Somebody is texting me right now.
All right, anyway.
And they're telling me that I can't talk. That's crazy.
Well, thank you, Shawnee. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Jessica, for gracing me on this episode and sharing your life and views about the dating world. Reach out to them on Instagram. If you're an eligible bachelor, come correct though, because they don't like the bullshit.
Right.
Don't waste their time. One doesn't like the crazy shit. One is into the crazy shit.
I can't tell. What's up?
But yeah, this is Everyday Celebrity Podcast, and we are out. Yep.